Hey guys, what is up? It's Wigwam back again with another episode of games based on Eminem lyrics. Today's special guest star is Mom Spaghetti.
It's Mom Spaghetti.
No, wait, OneShot. OneShot is an extremely unique top-down puzzle adventure game. It was originally developed in under a month for an RPG Game Maker Jam back in 2014. Now in the last 2 years it's been revamped, polished, and it is finally getting an official release on Steam. The reason I mention this is because you're gonna want to make some comparisons to Undertale, but this game actually predates Undertale by good couple of years. And while there are definitely some strong similarities between the two games, I just want people to realize that this game is definitely not a copy of Undertale. The developer does quote inspiration from games like Yumaniki? And then other games I've actually heard of, like Link's Awakening, Hyper Light Drifter, and The Little Prince. It's an interesting mix of games to create a surreal adventure. One important thing to also point out is that this game was meant to be played in window mode. When I first started this game, I thought it was being ridiculous. Why would anybody want to play it in window mode? But as I went on, I found that that actually was the better way to play the game. So, the footage of the game I show you also incorporates some of my desktop. You'll know why. With that in mind, let's jump into this game. OneShot starts with Nico, this cat-looking, not cat child, waking up in a mysteriously dark and abandoned house. The only source of light is the moonbeam spilling in through the window. You're locked in the bedroom with no way out and seemingly nothing to do, so you do the only thing you can do. You explore. You pick up a TV remote and inspect it under the moonlight, which gives you the passcode to access the computer. Or if you're like me, an idiot, you struggle on this step, can't figure it out, have to go online, feel like a giant moron, and then you get on the computer. In the computer you meet someone, or something maybe? It's this level of mystery, this feeling of lost confusion that instantly drew me in. Within the first 20 seconds, I had been totally sucked in. Who was talking to me on the computer? Where was I? Why is there no running water? What's happening? Well, it doesn't take too much longer to get at least a few answers. After finding this mysterious light bulb in the basement, you're teleported out of the house into another strange world. I know what you're thinking, and don't worry, this is not gonna be like the late 1980s hit Quantum Leap where you're teleporting every 20 minutes. So you end up in the Barrens where you meet Prophetbot, who tells you that you're the Messiah and the light bulb is the new sun. This dark, barren world is on the brink of collapse, and they have long since waited for you to arrive with their new sun. And you can even talk to God, who is you, the player. Wait, what? Yes, this is just one of the first curveballs the game is going to throw your way. You see, Nico may be the playable character in this game, but he's not you. He can talk to you, ask you questions, seek out your guidance, but you are God, and Nico is your Messiah. He exists in the world in a way that you cannot, just as you exist in a world where he cannot. Sound trippy? That's only the start. You see, this accomplishes a very interesting character dynamic. By making Nico not be you, it means anytime you might have to make a decision, it's not a decision about you, it's a decision that affects a young, lost little boy. At least I think Nico's a boy. More of a gender-neutral cat person, but that's just semantical. This also distinguishes that you as the player exist outside this world. So does the game exist outside of the game too? Was that sentence overly confusing? The answer to both of these questions is yes. You see, OneShot is a game that exists outside of itself. Clues and puzzles will lead you into places like your Documents folder, where you'll find solutions to in-game problems. Oh, and I should probably mention why it's called OneShot, because you only have one shot to save the world. Or at least, that's what it wants you to think. You can always go back and just delete your old save files, except the game knows when you do that and will change based upon the fact that you've deleted your old save file. Oh, and to clear up a point of confusion, in the original non-Steam release, you could only exit the game by going to certain beds, and closing the window would kill Nico and end the adventure, whereas in this game you can actually close the window and it will save. Just thought some people might want to know that. But back on topic. This game breaks the fourth wall harder than Deadpool having a sitcom-style flashback episode. There are moments later on in the game that just blew me away with how clever and unique they were. The game uses fourth wall breaking to enhance the plot, the puzzles, and the gameplay. It's truly inspired. And it's not even limited to the story and the puzzle solving. This game feels uniquely inspired when it comes to art direction as well. It reminded me of how I first felt about Undertale. At first glance, it seems pretty underwhelming. Nothing that special. It's good, it's solid, but it's not the greatest thing ever. Much like Undertale, once you really start to dig into the game, you see this incredibly diverse world with all sorts of characters and scenery, each one of them unique and intriguing. The game takes place across 3 different worlds: the Barrens, the Marshes, and the city. Each area has a well-detailed style with their own inhabitants and culture. Each area feels like it has a distinct personality. I fell in love with each one. And the way you start off in a desolate wasteland and slowly travel inwards makes you truly feel like you're witnessing a world in shambles. Every area you visit is falling apart or becoming corrupted by this rogue pixels. The further you head towards the city, the worse it gets. Once you get to the city, you'll meet refugees who were forced to leave their homes. You feel how crowded the city is, while at the same time feeling how bad things have gotten. All of this accompanied by a haunting chiptune soundtrack creates an unsettling atmosphere for this adventure to take place in. That is really as much of the game as I can go over without spoiling anything for you. There wasn't a single aspect of this game that did not impress me. OneShot takes a mix of different inspirations and truly creates something new and unique out of them. I cannot recommend this game to you enough. Go play it, check it out, it's on Steam right now. I give OneShot 9 out of 10. But that's just my opinion. If you've played OneShot already, let me know down below in the comments what did you think of the game, or what should I review next. As always, I've been Wigwam. I love your beautiful faces, and thank you for joining me. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Today's coffee mug was not a mug. It was McDonald's coffee. Yep. Selling out.